Hi students, today we are going to learn about proving some irrational number. It's revisiting irrational number. So under this chapter, we again going to learn detailedly about the irrational number. That is, we are going to prove the irrational number. So before going to the main content, let me recall the theorem. Let P be a prime number. If P divides A square, then P divides A, where A is a positive integer. So the theorem says that the P be any prime number. The P is considered as a prime number. If P divides A square, then P divides A. A is any positive integer. Considering A is any positive integer, then P divides A square, then P divides A. Clear? An example, if P divides 100, then what is 100? 100 is a square number, right? 10 square. Then P divides 10. Clear? So remember this theorem. With this theorem, we are going to solve the following. So here we go to the problem. Prove that square root of root 3 is irrational. So here we are going to prove the irrational number which is under this radical sign. Okay. And we are going to prove it one of the ideal method in mathematics as a contradiction method. The method says just we are assuming the given question is false. We are just question is false, just thinking opposite to it, and we are trying to prove it satisfies that condition. Some case it will not satisfy its condition. That time our assumption goes wrong and given is the right. I think from this problem you will understand. So here the given to prove that root 3 is a irrational. So we are considering it's not a irrational, it's a false. Then what it should be? It should be a rational, right? Let root 3 is a rational. If it is rational, then it should satisfy the condition of rational, right? We are trying to prove that it satisfies, root 3 satisfies the condition of rational. If it is not satisfies, the given question will be the right. Okay, so what is the condition for the rational? If it is rational, then it satisfies P by Q form, where P and Q are co-prime and Q not equal to 0 and Q not equal to 0. So then root 3 should satisfy the condition P and Q are co-prime. Co-prime means it have only common factor 1, no other common factors, like a simplified fraction, right? And Q not equal to 0. Now we are squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. Why we are squaring both sides here? You will get answer in the next step. See, 3 is equal to P square by Q square, right? Square root of 3 is a 3. Square root root 3 the whole square is a 3. P by Q the whole square is a P square by Q square. So next we will rewrite it as a 3Q square is equal to P square. Yes, right? So now it says the P square have a factor 3. 3 is a factor of P square, right? Then 3 should divides P square, right? By squaring we can say it will comes like a theorem, the previous theorem that we have seen. That's why you are squaring here, right? Because it says the P divides A square, then it also divides A. So here 3 divides P square, then 3 also divides. So also divides what? P by theorem, right? Okay. Now it says 3 divides P. So what we can, so it says 3 divides P. Then what we can consider as a P? So let P is equal to, it should be 3 multiples, right? So I consider as a 3R. Any multiple, just I consider as a 3R. Now you squaring both sides. It will become a P square is equal to 9R square. So already we have one expression for P square. So 3Q square, here P square is equal to 9R square. So 3Q square will be equal to 9R square. Let I consider it as an equation 1. So it will become an 3Q square is equal to 9R square. Because we have to concentrate only on P and Q, right? That's why here we already proved the P have a 3 multiples. So just we are applying q here. So 3 and 9, it's a 3 factor, it will get divide. So q square is equal to 3r square. So now you can see, right? Q square is equal to 3r square. Actually this we derived from the equation 1, right? This line we derived from the equation 1. Then now what it says, the q square is a 3 multiples, right? Therefore 3 is a factor of q square. So 3 divides q square. That means 3 also divides q. We learned in the theorem, right? By theorem. So now what happens? See, 3 divides q. 3 divides q. What happened here? P divides q. Then both have the common factor 3, right? So the p have a number with 3 multiples and q have a number with 3 multiples. Then it can be divided. It's not a simplified fraction, right? Then our assumption is wrong. What is our assumption? Our assumption is a co-prime. Co-prime means it should have only one as a common factor, no other number as a common factor. Therefore 3 is a common factor of both p and q. So what happened? Our assumption goes wrong. It's contradict our assumption. That's why this method is called as contradiction. Therefore this contradict our assumption. So our assumption is rational, right? Then we can't prove that. It's not able to prove because we found it's not satisfying the rational condition. So obviously the root 3 is irrational, right? So once again we will recall, prove that square root of 3 is irrational. We are going to prove with the contradiction method. The contradiction method says just thinking the assumption given is false. I mean just writing irrational is false. The irrational is false means then the number should be a rational, right? Then it should satisfy the condition p and q are co-prime, q not equal to 0. By squaring on the both side, we obtain p have a 3 as a common factor and q have a 3 as the common factor. So the both are the common factor other than 1. That means it's not a co-prime. So that why this contradict our assumption and root 3 is a irrational. Prove that 3 plus 2 root of 5 is a irrational. The same, this also we are going to prove with a contradiction. So we are thinking it is not an irrational, then it should be a rational. So let 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational. Then it should satisfy the condition 3 plus 2 root 5 is equal to p by q, where p and q are co-prime and q not equal to 0, right? So here we no need to go for a square because here they said 3 plus 2 the square root of 5 is irrational. We already know the root 5 is irrational, right? Just this combinations of these numbers you want to prove as the rational. So what happened? Just you take express this expression in terms of square root of 5. So first 3 is there, so both sides if we subtract the 3 you will get an 2 square root of 5 is equal to p by q minus 3, right? So next step, square root of 5, if you just expressing only in the terms of square root of 5, it's like an p minus 3q by q, right? But here 2 is there, so it will become a 2q. Clear? Just we subtracted p minus q p by q minus 3, we obtained p minus 3q by q, and here is the 2, so we divided, so it become a divided 2 on the both side, it came to the denominator. Now you see here the p is an integer, q is an integer, because we consider p and q is a rational. So the rational says the p and q is a integer, so integer minus integer is also one of the integer, and 2q is also integer again. So therefore p and it is a rational, right? So p minus 3q by 2q is rational, right? So if it is the rational, what happened to root 5? So root 5 is also irrational, right? Therefore root 5 is also rational, but it's a contradict to our fact, right? The fact is root 5 is not a rational, but this is contradict to the fact root 5 is irrational. So our assumption is wrong. Therefore 3 plus 2 square root of 5 is irrational, right? So it's a given it is an irrational. We are going to prove by the contradict method. So we consider as a rational, and it satisfies the function. It should if it is a rational, it should satisfy the condition p by q, and p and q are the co-prime and q not equal to 0. And we are trying to prove that, but some point we get it is a rational. So the square root of 5 is also a rational, but square root of 5 is to the fact it is contradict, right? To square root of 5 is an irrational. So our assumption gone wrong. So 3 plus 2 square root of 5 is a irrational. So next, one more problem, the final problem. Prove that 1 by square root of 2 is a irrational. We are going to prove by the same method. So let 1 by square root of 2 is a rational, then 1 by square root of 2 is equal to p by q, where p and q are co-prime and q not equal to 0, right? So what happened when we return in the terms of square root of 2? So square root of 2 is equal to q by p. It's like an reciprocal on both sides, inverse, right? So it's a q by p, p by q or q by p. Any two integers written in the ratios is a still a rational, right? So q by p is a rational. So therefore square root of 2 is also rational, but it is contradict to the fact, right? This contradicts the fact square root of 2 is irrational. So therefore our assumption is wrong, hence 1 by square root of 2 is irrational, right? Thank you.